I'd come from.
Garvey electrified huge crowds in Harlem, New York, with his cry, "One God, one aim, one destiny. Ethiopia, land of our fathers." But it wasn't long before American blacks began turning away.
He came, he lost his culture, his identity, everything. He became a slave. He grew into freedom. Now, the white person has always been living his normal life, his normal growth ever since, right? The black man now getting his freedom, he's trying so hard to balance with the white man. He's trying to prove that he's just as good, he's just as is all that. So he's looking so far away from Rasta, in the opposite direction, right? No, the white people now, they have already experienced middle class, this, middle class, that. So they know what's happening in the world, so they have time to really go and check out the Rasta saying. They can really, they see it a lot more, to me a lot more white people have understood or been attracted to Rasta than blacks in America, you know.
But Garvey's roots message quickly took hold in Jamaica. It spread throughout the lush countryside and even came to 9 Miles, a northern hamlet set amongst Eden-like beauty and desperate poverty. It was there, on February the 6th, 1945, that Robert Nesta Marley was born. His father, an English army captain, abandoned him shortly after his birth, and he was raised on a small farm by his mother, Sedella, and grandfather, Omariah. At the age of 7, Bob was sent to West Kingston to obtain a grade school education, and there, in the teeming slums, Bob discovered music, becoming part of the ska craze in the early 60s. He formed a vocal group with Bunny Livingston and Peter Tosh, calling them the Wailers, because, he said, they were all born crying. Proudly displayed at all his performances were banners that reflected the 3 fundamental symbols of Bob's Rasta faith: Garvey, Selassie, and the flag of Ethiopia. On stage, one could always see the colors of the Rasta movement: green for the color of the land, black for the skin of its people, red for the blood they had shed, and gold for the sun overhead. And always at the center, the Lion of Judah, defiant and unconquerable.
Every man thinks that his burden is the heaviest. Heaviest? Every man thinks that his burden is the heaviest. Heaviest?
Africa must unite, you know. The only place in Africa that never been colonialized is Ethiopia, ever since. So if Africa going to unite, we have to unite towards His Majesty, you know, that ideology where His Majesty has. So the whole thing I deal with is to show the people the truth. It's the first natural way of living before man take power to himself, you know. Rasta way. Before man join anything. Free heart, Rasta, you know.
They made their world so hard. Every day the people are dying. Dread for hunger and starvation. Lamentation, but reading in Revelation, you'll find your redemption. Come on, give us the teachings of His Majesty. We know one.
In In 1964, Garvey died and was accorded a hero's funeral in Kingston. His followers, the Garveyites, walked behind his casket, which was topped by a black star, the symbol of his movement. His legacy, the Ethiopian Orthodox Church, lived on.
We're making a one stop, and we're filling the gap. So feel this drum beat as it beats with the blinding rhythm, fighting against ism and ism. I know shall never let us down. I know Jah would never let us down. I know Jah would never let.
In 1966, Jamaica witnessed the arrival of Haile Selassie. Garvey's prophecy of a black king now seemed made flesh before the eyes of all Jamaicans.
Every day they made their work so hard.
The right thing upon earth is Rastafari. That means regardless which rights a man have, even now the little Rastafari will reveal himself, because when Christ said, shall return as the King of Kings.
Our fighting them, our fighting them, come on. Give us the teachings of His Majesty, the stick of we no one, no devil, philosophy, and you hear? Give us the teachings of His Majesty, we no one, no ideology.
As he drove by, Rita, Bob's wife, swore she saw the stigmata, or sign of the crucifixion, on Selassie's hand. Like many of his countrymen, Bob became convinced Selassie was Christ come again as Jesus.
Like that much, I want to see it as signs of the time and judgment. But I know the only thing is Rastafari, because, you know, God don't make mistake. And when him say I come as the King of Kings, no guy can come that way. It's him come, so. You know. So that is how I view something.
After Selassie left, the Rastafarian influence spread rapidly. In defiance of the baldheads, or non-believers, Rastas grew their hair into dreadlocks. For Bob, his dreadlocks were a declaration of his faith. Dread meant dreadful, as in fear and praise of the Almighty, as ordered in Leviticus 21, verse 5. They shall not make baldness upon their head, neither shall they shave off the corner of their beard, nor make any cuttings in their flesh.
I'm going to die tomorrow. Every Rasta man deal with life forever, in this time. See? So, then Moses and the man laid down the rules. When you take a vow to be a Nazareth, you must make the locks of your ear grow. No, we dreadlocks, your dreadlocks now, it keep it to yourself. In a sense, if it was trim and shave, maybe that end up in a pure nightclub at night time, and you kind of accept it amongst the wicked. So when you dread now, you kind of have a confidence to stay and don't get corrupt, because it's not everywhere you go, people gonna like it. So you're conscious of that, so you stay within yourself. And knowing it's God you deal with, regardless of what men and people want to say.
Rise up.